Hi everyone, it's SJ. Happy Baby Name Monday. Welcome on over for an amazing boy name list. There are gems on here, absolute gems. So you're going to find something you absolutely love. Let me know your favourite in the chatty bit below. And if you are pregnant, massive congrats. I hope you know if you're having a boy or a girl. If you don't know yet, you're going to hear some gorgeous boy names. All of these are the fastest rising names outside of the top 100. So this is data, this is research, and I'm going to tell you the number one name actually has risen by a massive 151 places in 1 year alone. So this is the predictions of what's going to be really popular in about 5 years time. So when your little boy starts school, these are the names that sort of will continue to go up because they're all on a real upward trajectory. And if they carry on, they'll sort of be in the top 50 and around that time. So it's a really good indicator of future names that are coming up. There's loads of rare Hebrew names as well, so quite traditional. So I'd love you to hit subscribe if you haven't already. If you want new name lists in your YouTube homepage, I guess that's where it lands every single Monday, do hit subscribe. It's the number one way of supporting me. If you have a pregnant friend, tell them as well, they will enjoy this list. So the boy names, I'm excited, I can't wait to tell you them. Going up just 4 places, but now at number 113, so just outside the top 100, is the name Elias. I love it. I think names with the S on the end for boys are really trendy because they sound almost like that surname as first name. Cool. Beautiful name with this soft E. It is a variation of Elijah, so it is a Hebrew name. There's tons of Hebrew names on this list, the more rare ones, because we've seen Ezra and Noah right at the top. So if you like those style but want something different, there's something here for you. And it means the Lord is my God, or sometimes translates as the strong Lord as well. So quite a strong name with quite a soft sound. So I really do genuinely love the name Elias. It's so different. The next name was brand new to me. And you know how much I research names. And it is the name Musa. Musa. So I've listened to lots of different pronunciations of this name, and around the world it's slightly different, but in British English it is a stronger beginning and then the sa is quite short, so it's Musa. And it's really unusual, isn't it? It's gone up 4 places. It's actually at number 115 in the UK, so quite high up there. It is Hebrew. It's got the most beautiful meaning. It means drawn out of the water, because it's a variation of like Moses. But I love that name meaning so much. Imagine for like a water bath, Musa. Isn't that pretty? You might really like it. Short, sweet, 2-syllable name would make a great middle spot for something more traditional. The traditional name I always end up saying is Theodore, but like a Theodore Musa, something like that. So drawn out of the water, beautiful. The next 2 I've put together, so up 9 spots, is the name Jax. J-A-X. Do you know baby Jax? I know so many Jaxes. It was actually one of my middle name spots had my daughter been a boy. She was going to be maybe Hugo Jax, because I just liked the 1-syllableness of it, but I was really aware that it was getting really popular. It's up 9 spots to number 134. It's a modern name. It's a variation of Jackson, which means son of Jack. So it's just one of those sort of really trendy right now names. But then funny enough, Jackson has gone up 10 spaces to 117, so they're quite close together in the chart, with Jackson being 117 and Jax being 134. It's almost the same name, really. So yeah, what do you think of Jackson? I'm feeling a tiny bit now like I wouldn't put it on my name list just because it's so popular. Oh, sorry, my light's gone. And I know so many Jacksons, but it is a great name. So also that's why it's popular. And it's not like it's an Oliver. It's still outside the top 100 right now. Reuben, a name I love, went up 9 spots. Spelt like this. There's a couple of spellings of it, but this was the one that was rising. It's at number 123. Always loved the meaning of Reuben because it means behold a son, which I just think is such a cool meaning, isn't it? So cool. I love the nickname Rube. Even Ruby for a boy would be quite cute, would it? Or Benny. Really sweet. I've always loved this name. Feels quite quirky, and again a rare Hebrew name. That is such a trend for boys. This one's really funny. The name Kevin. Kevin has gone up 9 spaces this year. Kev is back in town, guys. I wonder if that is people honouring family members again during COVID, and a time when we've really missed our loved ones. Maybe Kevin is coming down through the generations again. Maybe it's just trendy again. I mean, it is a nice looking name with that V in the middle. Up 9 places to 155 in the UK. It means handsome. Do you get handsome from a Kevin? I guess there are really good looking Kevins. And is it not Kevin in that TV show, This Is Us? And he is a good looking Kevin, isn't he? So he makes the name. Maybe that's where people are getting it from as well, because little things like that really do make all the difference. The next few are definitely ones I know you're going to love. So the name Vincent, I've seen this in a lot of your name lists, and I get to see a lot of name lists. I'm very lucky. It's gone up 10 spaces to 126, and it means to conquer. So it's a bit like Victor, but Vincent, really popular. And also Vinny was up as well. I'm sure I've got it somewhere on this list, but Vinny, the nickname, was also up, to a bit like the Jackson Jacks. Vinny and Vincent are up as well. Zachariah, up 12 places to 160, spelt like this. It means God has remembered. So I know you can also say Zachariah. I actually know a Zachariah who spells it like this. So hopefully that's the right pronunciation, but obviously you can say Zachariah or Zachariah. But lovely spelling. It's more the Arabic spelling of, we have it with a C and an H often, but Zachariah, I love that spelling of it. Next name, that's super cool, up 14 seem to be the really cool spot. So Rex, up 14 places, and it's a Latin word for king apparently. So like T-Rex means lizard king or something, doesn't it? Rex going up 14 places, quite substantial, to 143 in the chart. But then also going up 14 is the name Rocco. Isn't that funny? Because those two are quite trendy together. Madonna had little boy Rocco, do you remember? And I really liked it. I did. I remember mentioning it to Henrik like early doors before I realised no way was he going to go with anything like that. It has actually been in a little decline, this one, so I put it on anyway because it's sort of done this the last few years and it's having a little kick back up again. So I'm wondering if it's going to have another 5 years of trajectory. But this is one of the ones that, one of the only ones that I've done a little kick up the charts and included. It means to rest, which I thought was really lovely. Rocco meaning to rest or repose. Is that the word? Repose. Or it could be another root name word for the Rocco was to roar, like a Germanic root, which was like a battle cry almost. So both quite cool names, but I also thought to rest was really softened up Rocco for me, whereas I think of it as quite literally rock star name. Archer also is up 14 places, and I know a lot of you love the name Archer. It's now at 172, which means a bow or a bowman, bow and arrow. And then Abel, which I've heard a lot more recently, at 14 places. Beautiful name meaning, because it means breath. So I feel like for a rainbow baby or something like that, this feeling of life and breath, Abel. Beautiful. Actually, Evelyn has a little Abel in her class now, which I always really like his name when I hear it. And Finn has this next name, up 16 places, is the name Yaya. So Finn has a Yaya in his class. This is an Arabic name, but his Yaya is from Egypt specifically, and it's a Muslim baby boy named Yaya, and it means to love and will live. Isn't that gorgeous? I love the name Yaya. When I first heard it, I was like, is that really his name? Yaya. Like, it just sounds super cool. And we love like that for girls, don't we? Like BB, Coco, Gigi, Yaya. Isn't it cool? I do think it's so specific. It does sound like a very Arabic name, doesn't it? Yaya. I don't know if I could get away with it, but I really love it. Lorenzo went up 16 places to 179 in the charts, which means laurel crown. So a really beautiful name, Lorenzo. I've heard it a lot. And Raphael, which I was wondering where I was going to land. I know so many Raphis who are Raphaels. Up 16 places again to 187. It means God has healed. So like Ezra means healer. Raphael. So you have a Raphi and an Ezra. Beautiful names together, both meaning healer, which is really, really nice. Loved this one. Xavier went up 18 spots to 205. So this one is just outside the 200. But I included it. I didn't know that Xavier means new house. Isn't that such a cool name meaning? New house, a bright or splendid or new house. Xavier. I don't know if you would name your baby after a moving house or just some sort of thing in your life. Maybe my sister, she's an estate agent, she could have a baby called New House. That would be quite hilarious. And then this name, I was surprised it gone up. Cody. Gone up 20 places to 149. Cody, Celtic origins of this name. And what I loved about this is it means son of Otto. So Otto is now at number 211 and is rising a lot as well on a lot of your lists. I have a nephew Otto. So I found it really funny that Cody means son of Otto. They sound so different, don't they? So you could have an Otto and a Cody and they're kind of linked. Or it means son of the helpful one as well. So Otto, Funny, isn't it? Isaiah has gone up 25 places to 164. Again, rare Hebrew, aren't they all over? This is where to look, because we're always getting these ideas like Noah, Ezra. I'm thinking, oh, I wish I'd thought of Ezra a few years ago. But one of these is going to be the next big Noah or Ezra. Isaiah, beautiful. And then here it is, Vinny up 27 places to 119. Beautiful. But Vinny by itself comes up as being meaning elf or magical being. Vinny, which is funny because Vincent means to conquer. So I don't know where that's coming from, but they've taken Vinny more as in this case, a variation of Alvin being Vinny, but obviously because it's the end of the name normally that you sort of get the nickname from, but obviously we use it also as a nickname for Vincent. So yeah, interesting. But Vinny by itself has a different meaning for that way round. So if you like the meaning elf friend, Christmas guys, you just want a baby named after an elf, then you could go with Vinny. Next up, two names with the same spelling, so really these together would be even higher rising, is the name Mateo. So Mateo spelt with a double T is up 33 places, and Mateo spelt with one single T is up 66 places. So both on the rise, means gift from God. Hebrew names, Mateo. Do you know little Mateo? I think it's gorgeous actually. I do really love it. And if you like those O sounds, it's a rare one because they're still right at the bottom, so 198, 200 sort of mark. River was up for girls and it's also up for boys, up 35 places to 159 in the charts. We all know what river means, stream of water that leads to the sea. And then next to that, bow, up 36 places. So I know a lot of you love the name Bow, and I'm not sure if you're brave enough for it or cool enough for it. It is on the rise, it's going to be everywhere. It's at number 131. It means beautiful, of course, French name, just outside the top 100 at the moment. And then Phoenix is up 37 places to 164, meaning red-haired one, but we more think of it as the magical resurrection, is it that it means? Bird. Couldn't think of what it was then. Phoenix, lovely. I do really like it, and I feel like I hear it a lot more for it to being 164, but maybe that is more because it's a character name. It's in a lot of books and things, isn't it, Phoenix? So maybe we love it as a bit more of a guilty pleasure. Bodhi at 40. These are the big hitters now, at 40 places at 152. It's going to be in the top 100 for sure in a few years' time. It means enlightenment. It is one of the most trendy names at the moment. I know so many people who love the name Bodhi, so I'm fascinated to see how that goes over the next few years. Asher, rare Hebrew, at 42 places in 1 year alone. That is absolutely massive, guys. At number 189, Asher means happy or blessed, and it's gorgeous, so lovely. Ash is a lovely nickname as well. This was on our list as well for third baby had she been a boy. And then this one shocked me, the name Marley, at 44 places outside the top 100, so it's at 142, and it means pleasant wood or from the lake meadow. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? So it's a rare nature, which a lot of you guys after is the #1 most popular theme. When I asked you guys what theme do you think will trend, nature #1, Marley. Are we ready for it? I still think of, what am I thinking of? Marley. Obviously there's Bob Marley, so surname is first name, which is cool, but I think I'm thinking of Marley and Me. I could think of it, pet name. I know, you can't say an animal, it's an animal name, but I do. But obviously that's going out of people's associations. Like we saw with Casper really going up. A lot of people had Casper the Ghost from a movie, but we're seeing Marley go up, which is the one that surprised me. Remy was also up for girls and boys, up 46 places to 189. It's gender neutral, as we know, but funnily enough means oarsman, somebody who rows a boat. So beautiful, and it was up for girls as well, which was really cool. And so was River up for girls as well. So we're seeing a lot of gender neutral names rising for both boy and girls, which is a new trend for 2021. And then Zion. So how cool is that? Up 46 places is Zion. It's now at number 192, so just inside the top 200 at the moment, but if it carries on rising that fast, up 46 places. So it's a historical location, which is really, really cool. So like Atlas is so popular, really popular. Atlas is right up there now. 5 years time it could be Zion, so get in there fast with it. So it's the hill in the city of Jerusalem and the city itself, but it basically translates as kingdom of heaven, Zion. So we'll hear a lot of music, don't we, Zion? And I really think it's cool, really getting into Zion. So really happy to see that going up. Axel up 60 places, one of the fastest, second fastest rising name outside of the top 100 for boys, Axel. Super trendy, very Scandi. We have a nephew, Axel, well, he's like a cousin's son, Axel, but it is Hebrew origins when you look right back, meaning father is peace. Isn't that beautiful meaning, peace? I love that. So really interesting to see Axel so high up. It was never one me and Henrik talked about, actually, even though it feels very Scandi to me, but just much more mainstream in a few more years than it is now. So if you like Axel, it's a bit of a guilty pleasure and you're thinking, can I pull it off? Yes, you can, because it's going up by masses. And then the number one name up 151 places, humongous, is the name Kobe. So Kobe is actually at number 205. So it should be slightly off my list, but it's gone up so many places. I did actually look down to about 215 to see if there were any massive rises. I just had to mention it because we all know about Kobe Bryant, so obviously passing away, and I think that has made this name go up absolutely massive places. It's up over 300 spots in America as well. So a beautiful name, originally started as a nickname for Jacob, so it can be named as a rare Hebrew name as well. Kobe, which means God may protect, which was Jacob's name meaning, so Kobe takes on that name meaning as well. But funny enough, in Swahili, it means turtle or tortoise, which makes me like it. I love a little quirky animal name like that, Kobe. So a beautiful name that I was just so warmed my heart to see rising, because there was such a humongous tragedy, and you know, that has we've always seen names like Bowie, Spike after David Bowie passed, even Jackson after Michael Jackson passed. You see them suddenly come right up. So it was really lovely to see Kobe go up after what was such a huge tragedy in Jan 2020, and then became a name that people really wanted to, hopefully honour Kobe going forward, and that would be a lovely story for his family to know as well. So anyway, that is where Kobe is, up 151 places, the fastest rising boy name outside of the top 200, but probably I don't think anything else has gone up that fast. It must be the fastest rising boy name of the year. Let's just call it what it is. I hope you enjoyed this name list. I'd love to know what you thought of it in the comment section below, so we can have a chat about the names. I did find the American alternatives, so a lot of you were like, can you do this for America? Yes, I can. I've been in touch with Social Security over there, and now I have the same for girls and boys for American popularity list. So do you want that? Let me know in the comment section below. I'd love to do some more Christmas themed name lists, so any ideas that you have, put them in the comment section below. I will say a very quick mention of the podcast. So we have a podcast called Baby Name Envy and an Instagram called Baby Name Envy, where you can get polls and help on your own personal baby name dilemmas. The podcast this week, we had to record it remotely. At the moment, we have a very poorly family member, and necessarily me and my sister, who's my podcast co-host, are trying to spend as much time as possible with him at the moment, and will be for the next few weeks, taking it in turns to be together with him while we so that's what happened. So my sister was with him, and it wasn't my turn, and we tried to record remotely, and I failed as a producer basically. So the sound quality is not as good, but we would love any extra special love and support on it, because we've loved the episodes. I wanted to not to skip a week and put it up anyway, but we will be back business as usual next episode of the podcast, which is up on Sunday mornings, and you'll love the episode. It's a brilliant name list, so yeah, go and listen to it for how good it is, but just ignore the sound quality slightly. Love you guys so much, and I will see you next Monday, but later on this week there's a couple more videos coming up, so hit the little bell, and I'd love it if you supported all my videos on this channel. Bye guys.